Hello there. Welcome to the She-Code's instructional video on how to install Git, Brew, and the Git Credential-Manager on your Mac laptop. If you don't have a Mac, don't stick around. We've got Windows instructions up as well. This is just for those Mac users. So let's jump in and we'll take a look. We'll need to use the terminal to make this installation. So you can click the Launchpad and type in terminal, and this is the app to open. There we go. We can open that up. I'm just going to zoom in here. Special thanks to my friend Lucy for lending me her laptop to run this content. So you just need to install Git as the first step. So if you had Git installed, you could check the version with the command that was just on the screen, but we don't need that. Instead, we're going to install some tools called the Xcode command line tools. And the command for that right there is xcode-select --install. We'll click install here. And now we're going to need to tab back out because behind this screen, there we go, we need to accept the license agreement. The Xcode command line tools allow you to do programming work on your laptop. They're a set of tools that help programmers. So bundled with them, we get the Git software, which is what we need. It's going to say 42 hours there for me. That, of course, is not accurate. It took me about 10-15 minutes to install, but I've skipped ahead here. So there we go. Perfect. Software successfully installed. So that's step one. That was the Xcode command line tools, and that gave us Git. Up next, we're going to install a piece of software called Brew. Brew lets us install other programs. So a really handy sort of utility piece of software. First, though, let's check the version of our Git, and we can see now it's successfully installed. We have version 2.39.2. Great. Okay, next step. We need Homebrew, or Brew, as it's called. You can go here to brew.sh. We'll put a link in the content. And that little button right there will let you copy the command to install Brew on your laptop. So we'll jump back over into the terminal. We'll just paste it right in. Don't need to make any changes. It'll ask you to input your password here. The letters of your password won't show, so type carefully. That's a security feature. And it'll ask us to confirm by pressing return. There we go. We're starting to install. Once again, it takes just a little while, not as long as the Xcode command line features did, but it does need to download some software. So like I said, this Homebrew tool is going to let us install other software. We're going to use it a few times throughout the course to install different pieces of software, so good to get it right at the start. Here we go, updating the version. Perfect. Now on the screen, you can see it says next steps. There are two commands listed there. You need to run both of them in order to get the Homebrew installation fully set up. When I did this recording, I actually forgot to run those, which was silly of me. I ended up having to do a little bit of hacking and enter a slightly different command of my own to make it work. But you should just be able to copy and paste one by one. The two commands there, one starts with bracket echo, the second one starts with eval. Paste them into your terminal, hit return one by one, and they'll set up Brew for you. Okay, there it is. You can see that I entered it there already. So now let's use Brew to install the Git credential manager. The command for that is brew install --cask git credential manager. We'll have that one for you in the content. And you can hit return there, it'll install it. Once again, this is the third thing we're installing. No doubt this is all a little bit of hocus pocus at the moment. Don't worry, by the time you get to the end of the course, this will all become very clear what's going on here, but we have to get it set up first. If you run into any problems here, don't forget you can reach out on Slack for advice and help. Once again, here it's asking us to enter our password, so let's enter that. And remember, the letters won't show, so you have to type carefully. There we go. Perfect. Git Credential Manager successfully installed. Now, the last thing we have to do is enter 4 more commands to configure our Git installation on this machine. So I'm going to enter them one by one here. This just tells Git who we are and how it should act. First one is we're setting a default branch. That just sets the name of our default branch to main. Next, we're setting the name of the Git user. So if I had signed up to GitHub with the username Oliver, for instance, I could have set my username to Oliver. You should put whatever username you used when you signed up to GitHub. So we can imagine that I might have signed up with Oliver. I would have typed Oliver. In fact, my username on GitHub is Hauteclair. That is Old French for high and clear. So let's put that in. You'll have to forgive my terrible pronunciation. Great. We've set that. Once again, you should put your own username, of course. And next, we'll configure the email address. Please don't enter my email address. Please enter whatever your email address is. There we go. And finally, I made a typo. Let's fix that. There we go. This last setting is the capitalization strategy that GitHub should use. We're just telling it that it needs to pay attention to upper and lowercase letters and the differences between them. There we go. Okay, so we've installed 3 pieces of software, fully set them up. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to rewind and watch again if you need. And if you need any help, reach out on Slack. We'll see you in class. Enjoy.